If a dude want to pay my bills, I'm going to let him pay my bills. Talkin Slick, episode 1, take 1. What's really good, Joe Nation? It's your girl, Joe Majesty, a.k.a. the HBIC, a.k.a. the slickest, a.k.a. the bad little bitty from the Ville, and we're Talkin Slick. This is episode 1, What I Want. So the vibe of this song is cutesy, bratty, but still bossy. The writing process for this song is different because I was freestyling a hook before I ever even got the beat. Alright, so fun facts about me. When I'm down or bored or it's just one of those days, one of my guilty pleasures is to watch some of my favorite scenes from TV shows. So the day I started writing this song, I was like, it was one of those days. And I was watching clips from the Jamie Foxx show. Specifically, the scene where he's having a jingle off with this female singer at Jingles 2000 where he was working out. And she's kicking his butt. And he turned to his friend Mouse. Mouse was like, you gotta go whinings on him. And he was like, BB or CC. And he was like, both, you're losing. So that part was like stuck in my head. And then I started playing around with the name. And that's how I got the first line of the hook. So at this point, I had already gotten the Ain't Gon' Front beat from the producer, Aaron Devon, right? So he had found his way to me when I had made a post online like I need beats, and so he had sent me a couple beat packs. So I'd already got that beat. I had some free time one night, so I started going through other beat packs, and then I came across this beat. So once I heard the beat, it didn't take no time to write the song. Like, the first verse is basically like my time working at Playland during the summers. And if you from New York, specifically Westchester County or the Bronx, you definitely know about Playland. I was working, for all of y'all not from there, Playland is an amusement park. It's like a smaller amusement park. It's the only amusement park that's owned by a county in the United States, if I'm not mistaken. So it had, anyway, it's an amusement park. It don't really matter what it got. But I was working 5 to 6 days a week, open or close. Sometimes 7 if there was like a special event at the park, because the park was closed on Mondays. But if somebody rented it out, then they was gonna need people to like work. So we was working all the time. But when we was off, we was wild. Sidebar: the people that I was working with, like, we ended up spending mad time together because we worked together so much and we had these crazy schedules. So we ended up just chilling outside of work too. Matter of fact, like, I still talk to the people who I used to roll tough with at Playland. And whenever I'm home, they like some of the first people that I see when I touch down. So yeah, so anyway, we was like throwing parties, cookouts. We was going out to eat all the time. We was going to buy outfits for parties. Like, just, it was a wild, crazy time. So I recorded What I Want at Green Tea Studios in Santa Monica. Shout out to Barry. One night I was like working and I was sitting in my car looking up studios, and they came up. I think I sent like an inquiry and he ended up calling, and we ended up talking for like a minute, and I decided to give him a shot. Shout out to my engineer Yoni. Like, he's super duper patient. Like, What I Want, pretty much the whole album I recorded multiple times just to kind of like get it to where I wanted it, because I'm a fake perfectionist. The initial release was mixed and mastered by Yoni at Green Tea. The EP release version was mixed and mastered by producer engineer Ayo Mecca. I'm gonna tell y'all how me and Mecca met at a later episode. Alright, so now we get into the bars. I'm gonna be breaking down the clean version, which isn't really too much different from the regular version, but the clean version should be out by the time this comes out, or maybe like a little bit after. If I don't get what I want, then I'm CC and I'm whining. If you with me, then me buying. Ask about me, I ain't lying. This is a play off of CC Wining's name. Basically, if I don't get what I want, I'm fussing. Now, it's not to say that I can't or won't pay, but 9 times out of 10, the dudes I be dealing with be wanting to pay. His choice. And I believe we should respect everybody's choices. What you think? All my girls is boys, bodies banging, lips gloss. Take your boo if he get lost, and we ain't saying sorry. All of my girls got that I'm that girl mentality. Like, all independent, all doing their thing, and everybody's body is banging if you got the confidence. And a real baddie could just throw on some lip gloss and go. Still be bagging the dudes at the gas station, you feel me? So if a cutie is just roaming around and he don't look taken, he could get took, is all I'm saying. First verse. We not sorry. Life's a party. We be eating hearty. So yeah, going back to Playland. We was eating good. I'm talking about like real good. At least for the first week. Like the second week, sometimes we had to piece that together, you know what I'm saying? Because we was balling a little bit too hard that first week. And really, truly, Papa Joe is probably the reason that like I be making sure that I eat well, because even when we was like low on funds, he would be like, if we don't do nothing else, Joe, we gonna eat. And I carried that into my adult life. Bothered hardly, clothes costly, body gnarly. So basically, I don't like getting agitated by people. I feel like it gives them a little bit too much control over my emotions and my actions. So I just can't be bothered. I also like custom clothes, and custom clothes tend to be a little bit more expensive than the regular clothes. And my body is wavy, baby, and gnarly is how you describe a bomb wave. We get naughty, but that's my nature. Like Vin and Tretch, no disrespect, but I got next to the rest to step. Okay, so it's a flip on Naughty by Nature's name, obviously. The no disrespect, it really goes to 2 different parts. So it goes to the first part when I'm talking about Vin and Tretch, because we all know that Naughty by Nature was 3 members, Vin Rock, Tretch, and DJ KG. So no disrespect to him, it just wouldn't fit in the line. And then the no disrespect, but I got next to the rest of step, it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, but I gotta cut the line, excuse me. Like, no disrespect to anybody who feels like they're next, because it's actually me who has next, and I need y'all to step aside. I'm just playing. Simon gonna do what I say. A really good day could turn into a Mayday. Okay, I don't like people telling me what to do, so no, I'm gonna tell you what to do. Mayday actually has 2 meanings, because Mayday obviously is like a call for distress. But so they say April showers bring May flowers. So it's like a May Day. Somebody's going to be bringing flowers if y'all keep messing with me. Like a funeral. Couldn't be me and you haters hate day. Ride my wave and get up out the way. Basically, you can't beat me on your best day. Past, present, or future. Like anybody's heyday. Your heyday don't gotta be in the past. Ride my wave or get on up out the way. It's like an actual wave. The wave is gonna come whether you like it or not. So if you're not gonna ride it, it's best for you to just get up out the way. I said I am that girl you gotta beat. Watch all the bad bitches follow my lead. So I'm basically setting a new standard for comparison. I'm the girl that you gotta beat. It's a new benchmark. It's a new era. And all the fly, slick talking baddies is gonna follow me because they understand where I'm coming from. They are me and I am them. Joe Nation is the squad, so take heed. Trick, we be mobbing this a freaking stampede. Joe Nation has never played about me, even before they got their name. And I don't play about them. So be careful how y'all talk to us. And a stampede is actually a metaphor because it's always quality over quantity. So it could be 3 of us, but it's still a stampede. Verse 2. I get what I want, though. Offless for my wings, yo. Kick game in my sleep, yo. I I want things how I want them. Once I found out that you could pay for all flats, it was lit. Like, cause you know, sometimes like the drumstick part be all weird and big and Papa Joe said I used to talk in my sleep, so I can kick game in my sleep. My whole family got like a little bit of that, you know what I mean? So I got it honestly. EA, I'm a player. These chickens is haters. Buffy, I'ma slay her. EA Sports, obviously one of the biggest producers of sports-based games. I'm playing dudes like it's a sport. Also, they see me boiling, now they mad. And Buffy the Vampire Slayer is definitely one of my favorite shows from the 90s. Like, I freaking love Sarah Michelle Gellar. Hey, girl. But it's a double entendre because it's like, I'ma slay her, whoever my competition is, but also like, I'ma slay your. So if you remember at the end of season 7, when all the potential slayers got activated, I too felt activated. Unslick moments in Joe history, take 1. So the summer before I got to high school, me and my 2 other girl cousins stayed with my Aunt Sadine, who had like a son a couple years older than us. We just gonna call him what we called him back then, which is Smash. So Smash and all of his friends lived on the same block. A couple of his friends was brothers, and they also had like a couple of sisters. They lived on the corner of the block. So a lot of times we would walk down there and be chilling with his sisters and chilling on the block, especially because they lived right across the street from a corner store. Okay, now it's the summertime, like it's hot, and we was out late, later than probably 13-year-olds should have been out, but we was young, wild, and free. My aunt was a rough rider, so sometimes at night she would be out riding and chilling with her crew. So we pretty much had the open. Nobody wanted to be in the house, so we was on the block. So we always thought we was real slick by being out because nobody really knew. But Papa Joe would call me sometimes and be like, Joe, get in the house. And it's like, I knew he knew the dude who owned that corner store across the street. So I figured we would be good after the store closed, right? Wrong. Real wrong. One night, we hanging on a block. Papa Joe called me, and he like, Joe, are y'all in the house? And I was like, yeah. Because the store was closed, and how was he gonna know? He pulled up on me and blew my spot up in front of everybody, embarrassed me, and made all 3 of us go up the block and go home. See, this was unslick because unbeknownst to me, Papa Joe had another friend who lived around the corner. It's like say if it was a triangle. The homie's friend lived here, the corner store was here, and his friend lived right here. So he could see the block from his apartment. And he would call my father, Papa Joe, and tell him we was outside. But I didn't know that until after I had already left on Sadine's house. Papa Joe didn't even want to tell me. He wanted to keep that little contact on the low. So he didn't end up telling me until like maybe a year later or like 6 months to a year later. Unslick moments in Joe history.